Firstly, I want to thank you if you clicked on this video. Hope you stayed to the end. Now, into the game. So, CDPR released an update called Patch 1.6, the Edgerunners update. Edgerunners is a Netflix anime. It's based on the game. So, in my personal opinion, it is amazing. In soundtrack, artwork, characters, everything. So, yeah, I could go on and on about this, but make the video very long, and that's not what you click this video on for. So, So the game in general, bug fixes included. So if you still haven't jumped back into the game and you're wondering, is it stable? No, will it crash your system, console, whatever? Well, at least for me, I play on the Xbox One X, and having played the game for the past week, it's been very stable. No crashes, no game breaking bugs, and it's been running pretty smooth, I must say. So, don't get me wrong, the game is not a complete masterpiece, but with all the performance and bug fixes that they have done, so they fixed now NPC reactions. When you bump into them, usually you bump into them, they don't react appropriately. It's really kind of weird. And also like where NPCs would just stay idle after you shoot at them. They just stay down, crouch, and just stand there, or just crouch there. Didn't do anything, didn't look worried, just it was really just really weird, basically. Also fixed an issue with the biomonitor, which is nice because I personally love using that mod. If you don't know what the biomonitor is, it's essentially a second wind during combat. You draw health drops to like 25%, you get a boost, instantly restores your health to 100%, you're able to get back into combat and continue. Also a bunch of UI fixes, you place items in your stash, now it'll show their monetary value in the tooltip. I guess that's good. Rearrange some options and categories in the game settings as well. Optimize performance in the inventory and vendor screens. Fixed certain cases like where a dark rectangle would appear during the loading screen. Um, yeah, stuff like that. Also fixed an issue where the attribute points would appear incorrectly, which was really annoying. I think that has really ramped up the game and just improved overall performance. So you should have a good time playing this game. Story wise, story, yeah, still the same. Like my first two playthroughs, this game, it's still amazing. You know, um, you start out as a either street kid, corpo, nomad. Um, in the first, I want to say first 4 or 5 hours of the game, it's every playthrough will be different. You'll start different locations, all of that. It's basically in the corpo, street kid, and nomad description. It'll be different. But as bad as the game was at release, the one thing that CDPR definitely did right was the story. From voice acting to character development, it's just as engaging as hell. It pulls you in, gets you invested, and even makes you cry. Well, depends on who you are. I'm not saying I cried, but I'm just saying depends on who you are. You'll enjoy the story a whole lot. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much because I know there's still some of you that haven't finished the game, probably still on your first playthrough, and all of that. One note that I do have, about the game, about the story, Johnny Silverhand. Look, I love Keanu Reeves. You know, basically all of his movies, John Wick, Matrix. Well, that's basically all I can think about right now. But I feel like we could have done without Silverhand. Constantly popping up, questioning a lot of decisions. But that's my opinion in that regard. But overall, the story is extremely engaging, as I said before. Um, I don't think that I've ever played, any RPG that is, had me engage with the game that Cyberpunk has. Um, you really get invested into what the characters, who the characters are, what they say, everything. Um, we all know that we would have preferred to, have the game in third person, but unfortunately that's not the case. But it doesn't ruin the game. It's just something that's lacking. But I do feel like it's something that CDPR will probably in the future, hopefully at least, introduce. Now onto the gameplay. So yeah, if you're looking for gore action, this game is pretty awesome in that regard. Because because of all the issues that were there in the past, most of it's fixed. Like the whole policing system that we used to have that was just extremely bad. You would have just enemies or police or the NCPD max stack just popping up right next to you, just just one shotting you apparently. But now it's more fluid, it's more natural. They just kind of approach you as they would normally would. It's still, I think, still far from perfect, but far better than what it was. Um, so yeah, it's also super fun, man. The way you fight, hand to hand. If you want to go hand to hand, melee, range style. Want to hack your opponents to death. If you want to go mantis blade style, like I do, I personally prefer the mantis blades. Using the Sandervistan tick, my favorite. Especially because David uses it in the anime, which made me kind of constantly use it now. But it is, if you know how to build it, if you know how to use it, it can be pretty OP. But yeah, being able to slice through your enemies, and it just feels really cool. So if you go that route, it's pretty cool. Not saying any other gameplay style you do choose to go with is not cool. Personally, I don't feel like being a netrunner, but it's personal preference. So they know what's new in the game. Why should you go back? Well, there's new cars, there's new clothes, there's new side quests or gigs that are kind of inspired by the game. Even new collectibles like David's jacket that you can get inside the game. And yeah, you'll find the quest line. It's pretty easy to get. I've got a video if you want to check that out. That's cool. But yeah, and oh yes, we can finally buy different apartments, all over Night City. And as well, you can change V's appearance in the mirror. That's one thing that we all wanted for a very long time, being able to, character customize on the go and whenever. All you have to do is just go to your apartment, go up to the mirror, change appearance, and there you go. Also, we have a new wardrobe system that they introduced as well. Now you can actually kind of create customized wardrobes for your character. No longer do you need to look just like a weird clown, essentially. You can customize V to look however you want your character to look. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's basically like my first review video. Any comments, leave them down in the comment section. Would like a like and a subscribe, would really help me out. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. And yeah, peace.